Hello YouTube. This is Eric again, Eric Vander, and today is day 2. I don't know if I seem perkier than yesterday. Don't feel it. But anyway, this is a soft dry fast, day 2. And first things first, going to measure, see how we've done as far as the scale goes. I'm actually wearing the same clothes, so it'll be pretty much as close as one can get it. Just so it's, I don't know, scientific as we can be. So we are on the scale. Takes forever. I did this last time. Let's try again. I think it's gonna go right. So 190.6 for today. I measured it just a few minutes earlier and it said 188 point, what did it say? 188.8, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it's yesterday was 195.8. Today is much better. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I know I'm totally unprofessional here. I got it. Anyway, so no food, no drink for the past well, I last ate and drank Saturday around 6 p.m. and now it is Monday afternoon, middle of the afternoon. And so I want to talk to you guys today about what I've seen a lot of YouTubers saying in their dry fast videos. They're saying, oh my God, I had this mental clarity and I feel so amazing during this fast. Okay, I tell you, let me back up. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to give medical advice. Consult with your physician before you try any kind of diet. And I do not recommend this to anyone under 18. This is for adults only. Anyway, what was I saying? When I've done fast, and I've done water fast, I've done master cleanse, I've done hard dry fast, soft dry fast, I tell you, as it goes on, I get stupider and stupider. Today is only day 2, and you know, everything is okay. I don't have any mental clouding. I know what I'm doing. I'm safe on the road still. I call it day 2. I guess if you were to parse out the hours, it would be further along than that. But anyway, for ease, we'll just say day 2. And I see a lot of YouTubers saying, oh, they have this mental clarity and they see everything so much clearer and they get so much more done. Okay, that's great for them, but your mileage may vary, okay? You may not get this mental clarity that you've been hoping that you can get. Now something about losing weight. What is it? I lost in one day, what are we gonna say? What is that? Let me do the math here. It's a lot of weight in one day. There is no diet that you can do that is ever gonna lose weight this fast. Nothing is ever gonna have you lose weight this fast. If you are interested in getting into a dress, or I don't know, some sort of clothes that you wanted to wear, you have a date coming up, um, short of getting a liposuction, there's nothing that's going to be as fast as this, hands down. This is it. This is all there is. Diets still have you eating and drinking, and you're going to slowly decrease weight, hopefully. There's nothing like this, okay? The reason that it's not sold as a panacea is there's no money in it. There's no money that any company can make. There's no way that you can financialize it for anybody to make it something that you would promote. There's nothing cheaper than not eating. That's all there is to it. You're not even drinking water. So besides this mental clarity that I don't have, another thing that I've had as far as side effects is this is day 2 of having awful headache. When I do more of these, I'll get not so many headaches, but tell you the truth, having a damn nasty headache, and I've had it for 2 days, and you're not supposed to drink any pills or take anything for this, so it's pretty much, you gotta suffer. And I've had headaches that lasted 4 days in a fast, and they're bad headaches. You know they're there. They're not small niggling things. They're there and they're hurting. Something else. So there's controversy as to if we should or should not work out on a fast. I'm of the opinion that every calorie that you burn when you're in a fast is a good calorie to burn. There's people that believe that you should just hang low, chill out, lay in your bed, and at some point maybe that's all you can do. You know, if you get to say day 5, day 6, day 7, maybe that's all you can do. But you'll see the most weight loss and you'll have the best results if you do some sort of exercise. I did cardio for 20 minutes a day and worked out on the weights for an hour and a half. Tomorrow, I won't have anywhere near as much energy. Each day that goes by, I will have progressively less energy. And while I was working out today, this is one of the first days that I've had it where I sweated so much as I was doing cardiovascular exercise on an elliptical machine. And that's likely to happen to you, or it may not. But anyway, the point is that it could happen. What's definitely going to happen is you're going to get weaker and your endurance is going to decrease. There's a train of thought that you should do like the lightest exercise for as long as possible. I've heard that before, and that's good too. You know, as long as you're burning the calories, it's good. It's all good. Now, something that yesterday I couldn't seem to get out of my mouth was this word autophagy. What is autophagy? That's where we're burning up those little cells on a molecular level, and you're burning up the cells that you don't need, whether they're virus cells or fat cells. Autophagy is what is getting this work done. The reason that we're not drinking any water when we desperately want water. Oh man. And so that's something to think about. You can read more about autophagy and more professional sites than mine. Like I said, I'm not a doctor, but you saw how much weight I lost from yesterday. Yesterday I was 195.8. Today I'm 190 point something, right? Maybe we'll weigh myself at the end again to see what it is. It certainly fluctuates even with the digital scale. Anyway, we only use that as a simple matrix. A lot of people use a tape measure around their circumference. You can use the belly button as your center, and those are good numbers as well to see how you're doing. Okay, besides autophagy, I want to talk to you guys, sorry this is getting a little bit long, about triggers. Now that's it's a popular word these days, triggers. But when you're doing these sort of fast, everything is going to be a trigger for food. The best thing I can suggest to you is, if you want to do one of these, is go camping by yourself. Bring no food. Bring no phone. Okay? Because everything is a trigger. You drive by a restaurant, that's a trigger. You smell food cooking, that's a trigger. You see pizza commercials, oh my God, that is a big trigger for me. Your family is going to ask that you eat with them and give you attitude if you don't eat something or eat with them. Okay? You really need to think this out. This is not as simplistic as you think it is. You just stop eating. You're not in a bubble. If you go with your coworkers in the afternoon to have lunch, they're going to look at you like you're a weirdo if you don't eat with them. You really need to parse out when you can be alone and when these triggers are not going to be happening to you. Don't drive by your favorite restaurant with wonderful burgers cooking and that smell outside. Don't watch that show where you know that there's going to be all these food commercials. You need to do whatever it can for yourself to distract yourself, because while this is a physical challenge to you, honestly it's mostly psychological. Okay, you're going to be fighting very basic instinct to drink and eat. That water cup that you used to have always by you, don't just empty it. Lose the cup. Put it away. I don't consider this like a real day. This is just preliminary. You know, it starts to get started on the third day really for me. Yeah, 1 and 2, sure they're hard and they are real days, but it's not a real fast until, in my psychology, it's not a real fast until the third day. You may feel like the 5th day is it. As far as the fasting community goes, and I know that's a weird term to have, community, but as far as the fasting community goes, a 24-hour fast or a 48-hour fast is an intermittent fast. Okay? This is not a long fast if it's 1 to 2 days. And 1 to 2 days every week, you know, to me, that's a good thing. That's better than nothing. Hoping that a Weight Watchers meal or you having salad that day is going to make a big difference. Nothing is going to make a difference like a fast. I'm sorry. Okay, and even though I talk about the weight loss benefits so much, of course with autophagy, we're talking about people beating different diseases. And again, there's not much study on this to be conclusive about it, A lot of people say a lot of wonderful things about fasting and how it's burning up the bad cells that we have and leaving beside the good cells. And honestly, as far as the fat loss goes, it's not impossible to put back on the weight just like any diet. It's up to you after you've gone through this fast. I suggest a low carb diet. I mean, that's what's worked for me to keep my weight lower, as well as exercise. And maybe you out there have vegetarian or primitive foods diet, whatever is your thing. But of course, candy, cake, pasta, these things are not going to help anybody. Everybody agrees that's not the way to go. And so we can talk about these things more at the end. This is only day 2. It's not a significant day to me, but if anyone's watching this, I hope it helps them. So this has been Eric Vander. And oh, you want to see what the scale says one more time before we go? Let's see what it says, huh? It might do this funny thing where it says E again. 190.2. 190.2.